Well, hi there. This is Chase Swift, and I'm glad you are watching this video. And I imagine you should have probably typed in Google how to start a photography business from home. That's what this video is about. Now, towards the end of this video, I'm going to show you a secondary way to earn some additional income online so that you can have a second income because it's a little bit challenging. It's time consuming to get your business going. And I just want to give you some information at the end of this video. But really, what do you need to do? What do you need? How do you start a business from home in photography? Well, you just need a strong desire. That's really all you need. Like I had. I love photography. I just wanted to do it. I was doing it anyway, so I might as well get paid for it. So I just had a strong desire. Now, today, and I started in 1985, so it was a while ago. But today, I would have a Facebook page, I would have a YouTube account, and probably if you're into other social media, that's great. Instagram would probably be good. I'm not in Instagram, but get yourself known as a photographer. Okay, so you want your friends, contacts, everything, and you need to have somewhat of a professional look. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be about you. What types of photography are you specializing in so that people will know that, and you can post it on Facebook and you can do YouTube videos of your work and get your name out there. That's kind of the first thing. Now, don't worry about a business license. I've been a photographer since 1985. I don't have a business license. You don't need one. If you have one, I guess that's fine. You don't need that. So here's one of the greatest things about starting a business in photography from home. And you need to have a sincere desire to make it a business, which is the intent to make money. Okay. So it's not a hobby. You're going to make a decision to make it a serious business. Okay. And I'm telling you this because the IRS will say to you, no, you're doing this as a hobby. And the reason why they're going to say that is because they know that you can write off or deduct as expenses on your income tax. So you don't have to pay as high a tax on your job income or any other income that you have as a W-2. So it's fantastic. You can travel, you can write off your equipment. All these things are legal deductions that will help lower your income. It's not lowering your income, it's lowering your relative to taxes. Okay, you're not lowering your income. You have to pay for travel, you have to pay for equipment no matter what. But as a business, you got to write that off so that your income on paper with the IRS comes down, so you pay less taxes. You still make the same amount of money, but now, see, as a person working at a job, you don't get to deduct anything. So one of the best things is being a photographer from your own home, because then you can write off things as like your internet. You have to determine the portion that you use. Your cell phone, you have to determine the portion of cell phone usage you use for your business. Now, I would say 80–90%, something like that. And then you can deduct that as an expense so that your income is actually lowered, okay, to some degree for tax purposes. So you pay lower taxes. Okay, now, I'm not a tax specialist. I'm not a tax attorney. I'm not a CPA. You need to speak with somebody that is certainly qualified. So please do that. Don't just take my advice and say, well, Chase said. No, you need to find your own expertise, and it's not hard. You can do some searches online, but basically just don't take my word verbatim. I'm telling you the truth, but I'm not a legal specialist. Okay, so that's a huge benefit is if you have a serious intent to make money as a business from home, then you can legally deduct things. If you're very casual about it and you're just doing it as like a hobby, then they're going to really look at you and question your intentions. So I have an intention to make money from my photography, and I work from home. I've done that since 1998. It's been fabulous. So the rest of this is honing in your craft, getting good pictures, not just good pictures, great pictures. So I would have people that in your world of, in your niche of photography, that would know what a good saleable, marketable image is. Now, I'm a stock photographer. I take photos, submit them to an agency online, and market them. Now, they don't take everything. And sometimes I wonder why they don't take more, but the point is I don't have to market myself. I don't have to market my images. I focus on creating great images. That's what I'm good at. And frankly, all the other marketing and making money and keeping records and all that, my agency takes care of. There are two agencies I work with, Corbis and iStockPhoto. Okay, so I'll have links if you want to inquire about that. But that's how I do it. Now, you could be a freelance photographer from home and shoot weddings. You could be a freelance photographer and work from your home and do portraits. You could do really about anything from home. About the only thing you couldn't do is probably, I'm not sure. I don't think there is anything you couldn't do. Okay. So what else do you need to know? So keep good records of all the equipment that you purchase. Keep good records of all your travel, like all the mileage. So from where you start to where you end, and then even return back. Those are deductions, so you can deduct the cost of driving. Most people take it's a like 50 cents per mile deduction rather than deducting the gas and the oil and the mechanic charges. It's easier, just probably you'll have to discuss this with your tax professional, but it is pretty easy just to keep a mileage and then deduct, like, I think it's 55 cents a mile. Okay. So keep good records with all your expenses and equipment. And if you stay away from your home overnight, that's considered a business trip, or it can be considered. Again, I'm not a legal specialist, but once you stay overnight and you have expenses overnight, that's another business related expense. So I used to travel and take trips, and those, when the purpose was for photography, those are business trips, and you can deduct the cost of those. Now, you can still mix in a little bit of pleasure too, of course, and frankly, I think photography is all pleasure, and traveling and going places and photographing is, there's nothing hard about it. It shouldn't be hard. It should be passionate. So those are some great ideas, and just connect with people that are good, that you believe are good, that are actually making money the way you would like to. So if you know a photographer, or you want to meet them or get to know them, look them up on Facebook, look them up on YouTube, and get to know them. Look in magazines, look for the credit lines, and then look them up and say, hey, I really like your work. And don't just flat out ask them, hey, would you review my work? Just say, I'm interested in knowing a little more, about, how you got started maybe, or just get to know them in a real good way. Don't slam them with, would you review my work? And, how do I make a lot of money like you do? They're not going to be open to that. But like I'm doing here, a lot of photographers will share great advice with you and help you along. That's how people help me. So if you have the chance to get a really good education, I went to Brooks Institute in Santa Barbara. I think it's probably the top school, but it's certainly within the top 3 in the United States. So if you have that opportunity, great. But all these things I've been talking about, I want to refer to what I mentioned at the beginning as a way to make a secondary income online, because you're going to have expenses and equipment, and frankly, it's a little bit challenging to make money as a photographer. You can do it, but it takes time. And what I didn't have is what you have. You have the internet and ways to make money that I didn't have. So you'll find a link in the description of this video. I actually have several online ways to make secondary income. Okay, I'm not going to say the word business, because a business would imply you have to spend a lot of time at it, and that would take away from your time as a photographer. These things that I use are done so that they create an automatic income. Okay, it takes time, it's not overnight, but there's income streams over that come to my bank account on autopilot, and I don't have to manage them. So it's smart, if you think about it, to have a way to earn secondary income while you're building your photography stream of income, your business, and whatever you're photographing, whatever you're doing. So and you can write that in, you know, that'll be income. But when you have a photography business, that those expenses will drop down your income. So as far as the IRS is concerned, you're not making a whole lot of money, because you're having expenses to build your business up. Okay, so anyway, there will be a link in the description of this video, or the button right below, where you can find out more about how I make a secondary income online on autopilot, and it's pretty darn cool. So I hope that some of this advice is helpful to you, and I would encourage you, because being a photographer, I think it's the best business from home ever, because you always have your camera with you. Literally anywhere you go could be a business trip, and the things that you have expenses for become legitimate business expenses, because your motive is to be a professional and do this as a business, not as a hobby. So it's awesome that you get to do all these things, and when you're serious about it, it's great. But the secondary income is important. You need a little income to get going, and it's hard at first to make a good, strong income right away from photography. So check out the link, and you'll get some information. We'll be able to connect with me, and you know, you're not going to make this decision without, you know, connecting with me and asking questions. So but take a look. It's free information, just like watching this video is free information. So thanks for watching. Hope you I wish you the best of success in being a photographer from home. It's a wonderful business. I thoroughly encourage you to do that. It's what I did. And you have the advantage of now you get to do it with the internet behind you. And so Facebook and YouTube and all these great things can really help you in your business. So if you have any questions or comments, just put those in the comments below in this YouTube video, and we'll talk soon. Take care. Have a great day.